Winchester Scholarship Foundation Telethon. Our goal for this evening is to raise $30,000. Now that may sound like a lot, but last year we did $27,000, and so we'd really like to encourage all of you at home to call us here. We have the phones, we have many of us down here working, and we would like very much to have you participate. I have two co-hosts tonight, Alan Iden here to my right, and Alan is going to be co-hosting the event, and he will be talking to the different participants as they come on. And then we have Alan McDonald, who will be working on the phone bank, talking to all the people who will be calling you at home. My name is Marty Fuller, and this is the 7th year I've done this, believe it or not. And we have 2 hours of entertainment and information about our community, and we'd like you to join us. So I'm going to give it to you, Alan, and see what you have to say.
Thanks, Marty. I don't mean old pro. I mean old pro in the nice sense of the word. And thanks for turning it over to us neophytes here.
That's right.
Once in a while, we like to get our moment of glory and get in front of the camera. And tonight, we get the chance to do it for a good cause.
And we do it for a great cause, and it's a pleasure to be with you again, sir.
The pleasure is
always fun. And tonight, we don't talk about politics as much. We talk about supporting our high school students and the young people in this community. And we need to get the town behind them. And we're going to go out and get Mr. Bob Crockett in here to talk to you a little bit about what the evening has in store. And I'll see you in a few minutes. You bet.
Okay. Hi, Bob. How are you?
Hi, Alan.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
Bob Crockett here is the president of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. Bob, this is your high point of the year.
First.
Kind of build up for excitement all year long on this.
Oh, geez.
What's our goal tonight?
Well, we have a
monetary goal.
We have a goal of $30,000.
$30,000
for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. This year's theme is investing in our children. What we're going to do this evening is actually have a program that is going to be very exciting, as I can see by the young children just that came in with the town crier. This year the need is greater than ever. I hope that everyone will contribute as generously as they can to this very, very worthy cause. We'll be calling you tonight on the telethon. Tomorrow night we'll have a phone-a-thon, and also Thursday night. If you can't wait for the call, please call us. You can reach us at 729-7500. We have that phone being manned, and we'd be glad to accept your donation tonight. We're looking forward to a great evening, Alan, and I hope that the people in Winchester are very generous in their contributions.
We hope so too, Bob. Let's repeat the phone number, just in case people didn't get that. It's
729-7500, and we'd be glad to take your money. Please call.
In return for that, we're going to offer you another next couple of hours of entertainment by some very notable local celebrities and personalities. Okay, I think our first guests here are Marty Fuller. Marty?
Yes, we're starting the evening, which we call investing in our future. We're starting with two people vitally important to our school system, so we'd like to bring them up at this time. Come on up. We have the chairman of the school committee, Geraldine Heinhold, and our esteemed superintendent, Bob Fitzgerald, here with us. So we welcome you and hope you do enjoy this also.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us. I'm looking forward to a fun time tonight and hope we raise lots of money for the kids.
I want to take this opportunity to thank you folks for devoting your time, and to thank the Winchester Scholarship Foundation for all the work that they do for the kids of Winchester, and I know that they benefit greatly from your efforts. And we will not be at home this evening, so we won't get the phone call, but to get the $30,000 campaign off to a start anyway, Nora and I would like to at least present as...
Well, thank you very much, Bob. That's very generous. Thank you.
We're off and rolling here.
We are off and rolling, and we'll tell you that what we're doing is we're really showcasing children in our school system, from the little ones. We're going to start in just a moment, through junior high and high school age kids, and so I think it will be great for the community to see them and see the result.
It's always a good event when you can get together and have a great time, get some good entertainment for a great cause.
That's absolutely right. Okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, what I'm going to do now is probably my favorite part of this. I think for the last few years we've done it. We've brought in these young people who participate in Colonial Day here in Winchester. And we have, as you can see, a number of them here with us with their teachers and someone from the Community Schools Association who helped organize this. And I think what I should do is probably start, you're Julie, correct? Okay. I'm going to go over there and start with her, and then I'm going to work back and try to talk to all these kids. Okay. You're from the Community Schools Association, and can you tell us how this all started?
Well, it was about 8 or 10 years ago, and Community Schools Association had decided to have a second grade town-wide event, and it was involved with the social studies, which one of their units is Colonial Days. And so what we did was we have just
testing,
in the
1, 2,
town
3.
hall here
All right.
a town-wide well, what do I want to say?
Well, it's a day-long event, isn't it?
It is. We start, thank you. We start in the morning in the classrooms. The children all come dressed. The teachers all come dressed. Then we go from there to meeting at 12 o'clock here in the town hall. We have arts and crafts. We have foods, refreshments, and we have a storyteller. We have pottery. We have games, but it is all in the colonial theme. All the children are involved in making and participating in a colonial day activities.
And what we have here, they're all dressed in their costumes, and they've brought their things that they've made that show the culture and the different representations of art and everything. So we're going to go through and talk to them. Thank you very much. In the back here we have Mrs. Frankie and Mrs. Accardo, who are the teachers who work with this, correct?
Correct. Good day. Good evening, we should say.
Good evening. We're very happy to be here.
Well, we're thrilled to have all these kids. I'm going to start over on this side. And let's, first of all, what's your name?
Maria
Maria?
Faber.
Maria Faber. And are you at Ambrose?
Yes.
Okay. And could you tell us what it is you've made?
I've made a trivet.
And now how is the colonial classroom different from the classroom that you have now?
Well, you sat at your own desk in the colonial days, and now we don't.
They had to probably sit still all day long, didn't they? They couldn't move?
Mm-hmm.
And aren't you glad you don't have to do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to down here. Okay, let's see. Your name?
Robbie Ray.
Okay, Robbie, what have you got here? What'd you bring?
I brought a candle and a candle holder.
Did you make your candle holder?
Yeah.
And what's it made of?
Clay.
It's made of clay? Is this typical of what was used in colonial days?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And let's go down here. We have a great hat and a vest. This is wonderful. And what's your name?
David Swanson.
David Sorensen. Okay, David, what is this?
I made a trivet.
And what did they use that for?
Well, if they had like hot pots, and they would put the hot pots on this.
Did they cook differently than your parents cook at your house?
Yeah.
And would you explain that?
Well, like we had like sort of like a electricity to use to like make stuff. And they didn't have electricity to bake stuff and everything.
They had very hot fires going all day, didn't they? Yeah. Okay, well that's a very good trivet. All right, let's see. Now, this looks interesting. You can tell us what it is. First of all, tell us your name.
Nicholas Juliano.
And Nicholas, what is that great-looking silver thing?
A lantern.
Oh, and now how would that work?
Well, they would make the candle and they would put it inside, and then they would light it and put it on wherever they want.
Okay. So is it better to have a lantern than to just have a plain candle?
Yeah.
Okay. Now is this another lantern back here? Okay. What's your name?
Michael Shields.
Okay, Michael, let's look at can you bring this up kind of front? Okay. Could you tell us about yours?
I made a lantern and I put my name on it. So when you put the candle in it, it shows out through the holes.
And so is it a design? Can you see the design through the light when the candle's inside?
Yes.
Was this something that young people in colonial times are very proud of?
I'm not sure.
Okay, but it looks like it's a lot of interest because some of you did that. Those are very nice. And look at the other two kinds of vests we have here. They're all dressed differently and they look very authentic. And even we got to notice the shoes down here. I don't know if the camera can get them, but he has great buckles on his shoes. Okay, hi, what's your name?
Elisa Donnelly.
Okay, Elisa, what have you got here?
Well, I've got a trinket box and a candle.
What would they use a trinket box for?
Well, they could put jewelry in it.
They didn't have too many toys like you do, right?
Right.
Okay. And your candle, did you make this candle yourself?
Uh-huh.
Can you explain very quickly how that's done?
Well, I took this string and I dipped it in wax, and then I dipped it in water, and I kept on doing that.
You just keep repeating the process until it gets as much as you like?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Did you make your candle too?
Yes.
Okay, and what's your name?
Isabel Chester.
Isabel, that is really nice too. And let's hold yours up. See how different they are. Unlike the candles we buy today that all look alike, right? These are a lot more interesting. Okay, what did you make here, Isabel?
A candle holder.
A candle holder, that's great. And you made all of that yourself, right? Yeah. And I love your hat. Your hat too, it's a great hat.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, what's your name?
Natasha Kayulu.
Well, Tasha, what have you got? This is very nice.
Well, this is something that the colonial girls used to make.
And what is it?
Quilt, kind of.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
A quilt.
Oh, a quilt, like a piece of a quilt. Okay. They didn't have stores to go buy blankets, did they?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. And that's probably something you learned during your studying, don't you? That they had to really make everything that they used. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Great. All right. Now look at this. This is really interesting. Let's hold this up for the camera too. What's your name?
Allison Julian.
Well, Allison, you really have to explain. I don't know if the camera can see how we have the alphabet in this, but you can explain it for us.
Well, this is called the hornbook, and the colonial children couldn't use too much paper, so they would use this to learn their alphabet and their numbers.
Okay, and what's it made of?
Well, you can make it of two things. It used to be a treat for the colonial people to have gingerbread, so mothers would make these as a special treat, and there would be another kind of hornbook, and they would cut it off an animal's horn and make it and put it over.
Okay, and this one is made of gingerbread, isn't it? Now, did you actually make this in class?
Yeah.
Okay. And you'll keep it forever, right? You're not going to eat this. Did you eat some gingerbread while you were making it? Did your kids get to eat any?
Not really.
No? Okay. Well, that is really neat. I see your ribbon on there. Do you hang it up?
No, I just put that there so it would look nice.
Yeah, it does look nice. It's really neat. Okay, thanks, honey. All right, let's move over here. I'm going to go this way. Okay, I think you're next. What's your name?
Katie Armstrong.
All right, Katie. Now, what is this? It looks like a cat to me.
It's a trivet.
It's a trivet with a cat on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why did you decide to make a trivet?
Well, that was the color of dot that I had. And so my teacher wanted me to make it.
Well, it's very nice. And did you do all the painting yourself?
Yeah.
Well, you did a great job. Did you use some stencils?
Yes.
Okay, now, how did they use a lot of stencils in colonial days?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so, because they didn't really have, like, coloring books, did they?
Nope.
No, they didn't. Not like we do. Okay. Now, you have a great hat, and you have something very pretty here. What's your name?
Lila Murphy.
Well, Lila, what are you holding there? It's very nice.
A trivet.
Another trivet. And is there anything, reason why you did that particular design?
No.
You just liked it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, is this a stencil again?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, you see the various things that they're representing here, the crafts, all the work that went into this, and it's just wonderful. It shows their own personal interests, and yet again, it shows all the different things they learned in colonial days. And we have one more person here to talk to. We have our town crier. And your name, sir?
Paul Austin.
Well, Paul, thank you for coming. You led all these great kids in here, and we're very appreciative of that.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. Thank you all. Kids, I hope to see you back again. Thanks for coming. Okay, now we're going to go over here to Alan and Bob.
All right, Marty, thanks very much. What a great-looking crew. Once again, we're reminding you the theme of this evening's show is investing in our town's children. Now, we want to take a quick look. Let's take a quick look up at our phone bank here. See our dedicated volunteers up here who are, phone's ringing in my ear there. Will we take a quick look at that phone bank? All right. Take my word for it. They're right behind me here. They're up there. If you don't get called tonight, our goal is $30,000. We'd like to encourage you to call in and make an investment. And the number you call is 729-7500. And we have a dedicated bunch of volunteers up here and some local celebrities up here to, there we go. Let's take a look at those. Look at our dedicated crew up here at the phone bank. They're too busy to wave at us. They're busy accepting investments. Okay, anyway, I'm back here with Bob Crockett. Bob, I think you have a distinct pleasure in the next couple of minutes from getting some investments from some of our local community groups.
Yes, this is really quite an exciting part of the whole evening. It's a chance to receive some donations from some very worthwhile businesses and as well as non-profit type organizations in the town, and it means a lot to us. So
it's not just individuals out there that are contributing. Some of the local business community and some of the local clubs and organizations are also donating to the cause.
Very much so. It's really a town-wide business, people, everybody investing in our children. It's great.
All right. Let's see who we've got here.
Hi, Nancy. Nice to see you.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm here on behalf of the Winchester Historical Society, and since one of our goals is to promote the study of history among both adults and children, we're delighted to be here tonight to give you this check for $200 on behalf of the Society. Thank you.
I really appreciate this very much. I know you've been loyal contributors to us, and this will go to a very, very worthwhile cause, our students, which I know you will support too.
And we hope they keep on studying history as well.
Thank you so much.
Nancy Schrock from the Historical Society.
Hi, Nancy.
How are you?
I'm fine.
It's a pleasure to be here. I've been here before many times, and I'd like to present you with this check from the Enka Society. You know, over the years we've supported the Winchester Scholarships Foundation, and we're happy to do it again this year. And I wish you luck.
Thank you so much. Usually we're on the other side here. It just wasn't long ago that you were president of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. We do appreciate NCA's very, very loyal support over the years, and we know that this will go to very deserving students.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Bob. Good luck.
Thank you. Hi. Nice to see you tonight.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Yes. I'm here on behalf of Cambridgeport Bank, and I'd like to present a check for $1,000 to the Scholarship Foundation.
Thank you so much. You know, Cambridgeport has been so loyal in supporting the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. They've been able to provide us our pens and papers and packets and pencils and all that sort of thing that are very important to us to be able to make the evening a success. Please accept our thanks to the Cambridgeport Bank. Thank you.
Well, we're happy to participate in anything that's good for the children like this.
Can we get your name?
My name is Bonnie Bergoglio.
Bonnie, thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
All right. Now it's our. Oh, we do have. Oh, boy.
We can't forget
guest here.
Ann Blackham. Nice to see you tonight, Ann.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here this evening and to be able to give you, on behalf of Ann Blackham and Company, a contribution for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. We believe, as you know, very strongly in Winchester and its institutions and its people. And for the youth of our town, good luck.
Thank you so much, Ann. We know you also have been very loyal supporter and also a very loyal telephone operator, too.
Thank you.
And we hope we're not going to miss you up there this evening because you do very well on that.
I'm going right up to the chair and get my job done.
Thank you so much.
Those immortal words. It's like deja vu all over again. Ann, I just saw you a few minutes ago. We were just over at the Chamber of Commerce annual meeting, and again, it's nice to see the business community supporting and again, investing in the children of the community.
This is terrific. I really think it's great for the Scholarship Foundation and our kids. It's great.
Now, if you'd like to call up and thank Ann personally and some of the other members of the community, 729-7500, up at the phone banks. And now, without a moment's further hesitation, we're going to go up to the phone banks and Alan McDonald. Alan.
Thank you, Alan, very much. We're up here in the phone bank now, and we have a number of callers, a number of Winchester High School graduates as part of the team here as well, making a lot of calls around town, and we're going to be doing that all through the evening. We'll take a couple of occasions to say hello to some of the callers. I wanted to say hello to Felicia Hall, who's right next to me. How are we doing, Felicia?
Just great. So far, everybody has said yes.
Oh, that's perfect. That's a great record. Well, we've got the right team on the telephones. Thank you, Felicia. And Jane Rutherford is right next door, and she's busy on the telephone right now. I want to go over, and Chief Peritano, before you pick up that phone, if I could say, I'm going to go behind Kevin Mon, our safety officer here. Cup of coffee from Patty Mon in the background. Chief Joseph Juni Peritano. Chief, the police department has always been a big part of this evening, haven't they?
It's a pleasure for us to be here. We really enjoy the evening. It's a great opportunity for us to get out and help somebody else for a change.
Well, you're always helping somebody else out, and to help out the young people in town, it just shows your interest, I know personally, and that of the whole department. It's great having you here, Chief.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
We want to talk also to Kevin Mon, the safety officer, and Kevin's on the telephone right now taking a call. So I think I'm going to switch it back to Alan Iden, and later on in the evening we'll catch up with Kevin and a number of the people in the front row as well. But Alan Iden, I'm going to switch it back over to you. Good. Well, if it hasn't gone, stay right with me for a second then, if you could. We can take advantage of this. And Kevin Moran, our safety officer, and worrying about the kids at all times and the youth of the town, right here to make these calls and help out. And Kevin, it's great to have you here.
Thank you very much, Alan. It's a pleasure to be here.
I wonder if you could tell us a little bit, Kevin, about the involvement. I know you had even above and beyond these phone calls, some involvement in helping out the scholarship fund, and we'd like to know a little bit about it.
Yes, last year the Winchester Police Relief Association had a circus in town, and we were very successful in with the generosity of the people. We were able to donate $1,000 to the Scholarship Foundation, and again this year we're going to have the circus, and it's going to be July 9th, 10th, and 11th, and hopefully it will be as successful so that we can every year donate $1,000 to the Winchester Scholarship Foundation.
Gee, that is fantastic. So July 9, 10, and 11.
Correct.
Okay, well that's great. Well, Kevin and Chief Peritano, it's great being with you folks and having you here down for the evening, which is an annual event. It hasn't become it already. It has been for a while. I want to switch it back to Alan Iden, and we'll come up later on in the evening and talk to the folks who are making the phone calls and see how we're doing. Thank you, and back to Alan.
All right, thank you very much, Alan. Something we don't want to lose sight of here is the effect that the donations that you and the donations and pledges that you and other people call in this evening, 729-7500, the effect that they have on some of the graduates of Winchester High School, graduates who perhaps would not be able to go on to higher education. I think Bob is going to rejoin me here. Bob Crock is going to rejoin me. And we have some quotes, I believe, from some of the recipients from past years of the generosity of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. Again, possibly people who, students who might not have been able to go on and enjoy a higher education.
You're absolutely right. If you give me one more
I'll
second
give you.
here, I'll get my papers
All right.
organized.
Let me give. We'll give you a moment here to get your papers organized here with some of these quotes. But we do want to give you a perspective on how you are investing and what is going to happen here. Bob, put your glasses on, Bob. Okay.
Now I'm all set.
Let's take a look at and see what some of those past recipients have had to say about the Scholarship Foundation.
Okay, what we're going to do next is show you another tape, and this one is going to be of the Cooperative Theater for Children. Cooperative Theater for Children, it has been in Winchester for a number of years, and what it takes kids in 4th, 5th, and 6th grades, and they do wonderful plays every March for the community. This year, their production was The Wizard of Oz, and what we're going to do is show you a production number, and I also believe that Lauren Esposito, who is a student choreographer, she's a high school student now, but is an alumnus of the Cooperative Theater for Children, which, by the way, was started and continues to be headed by Catherine Alexander, who's a very talented woman here in town who not only loves kids but loves theater, and every year just blows us away with the quality of productions that we have. So we're going to go to a tape now, and you're going to see a production number. These are kids in grades 4, 5, and 6, and another reason why you'll see that we have a lot of faith in the future of these young people. So let's go to the Cooperative Theater tape.
The theater group is so popular that it takes close to 80 children, ranging in age from the 4th to the 6th grade, splitting them into 2 casts for the same show. Each cast performs on a different night. Lauren Esposito, the assistant dance choreographer, so tell me what it's been like working with the kids.
Oh, it's great. I love it. I've been working with them in this company for 6 years, and I love it. It gets better every year. Yeah, it's a lot.
So, how did you come to be a dance choreographer with the group?
I was in Mrs. A's plays when I was in 4th grade. So, I finished in 6th grade. In 7th grade, I came back and asked if she needed help. And because of my dance training, they asked me to be assistant choreographer.
So, do you make up the routines yourself?
Some, a little, not much. Most of what I do is teaching them, but there are a few little parts that I made up, little dances. So.
Now, I heard that they auditioned 200 kids and they chose 80. How do they choose? Where it seems like it would be such a hard choice.
Well, what they do is they audition you in dancing, acting, and singing, and they pick the best who can do all around, who can do all of those things. And I don't know how they do it because there's so many talented kids who try out. But the 80 that they pick are really the cream of the crop.
All right, we're back here live at the Town Hall Auditorium. Now, of course, we don't expect you to call in a donation or an investment. Let's keep our terms straight here, investment, without entertaining you here this evening. Now, our next act. John Ritchie, from the principal of Winchester High School. John, welcome to the Telethon.
Thank you, Alan. Glad to be here.
And I understand you're going to entertain us.
Well, I don't know if entertainment is the word, but I'm going to sing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure singing is the word either, but
well,
I'll try.
We'll let the audience judge for themselves.
Good. Thank you very much, and I am delighted to be here. I want to give my full approval to this enterprise, and thanks to everybody who's helping out. The more you send, the more I can guarantee that all of your sons and daughters will get into the Ivy League college of their choice. This was not a true statement, but the sentiment is real. I'll sing a song now that I wrote many years ago, and I think it's somewhat relevant. It has to do with SAT scores. And it's to a tune actually written by a fellow named Woody Guthrie called Do Re Mi, which is not all that inappropriate for this evening as we try to raise a little Do Re Mi. And I encourage you to keep sending in the Do Re Mi, but this song is not about Do Re Mi, but about SATs. There's the phone now. I'm a principal here at WHS, not a singer as you might have guessed. My forte is grading papers, it ain't playing the guitar. But I have come to sing tonight, embarrass myself for your delight, just to tell you what my feelings is, what my position are. Well, let's all get back to basic skills. Forget about poetry and other frills, 'cause if you ain't got the SATs, kids, you ain't got the SATs. You'll never be doctors or lawyers, but you may end up as a teacher just like me. If your modifiers are constantly dangling and all your infinitives are split. After all this time in school without learning any rules, you'll be like me, just a liberal arts misfit. Well, I have got a great new plan. The school board will think it's mighty grand. This liberal trend in schooling, it just don't appeal to me. Let's kick out Coleridge, Keats, and Joyce and concentrate on multiple choice. Just check the box, to be or not to be. Let's all get back to basic skills. Forget about poetry and other frills, 'cause if you ain't got the SAT scores, you ain't got the SATs. You'll never be doctors or lawyers, but you may end up as a teacher just like me. If your modifiers are constantly dangling and all of your infinitives are split. After all this time in school without learning any rules, you'll be like me, just a liberal arts misfit. Well, Harvard, Yale, and Princeton too won't take you if you cannot do these simple rules of grammar that I will now present. Use I before E whenever you should. Make your tenses agree if you possibly could. And avoid all them slangy words like use, guys, shoulda, went. Well, relevance, it ain't my main concern, 'cause there's 180 rules you gotta learn. Last verse, and if you ain't got the SAT scores, you ain't got the SATs. You'll never be doctors or lawyers, but you may end up as a teacher just like me. If your modifiers are constantly dangling and all of your infinitives are split. After all this time in school without learning any rules, you'll be like me, just a liberal arts misfit. That's the song.
Tremendous. Thank you,
Alan. Where
Thank
were you
very
on the
much.
high harmony? I was looking for you.
I was in there. We had a question that occurred to us as you were entertaining us.
Yes.
We want to clarify for the audience that the money-back guarantee you were referring to earlier, that's all of your tax dollars back, education tax dollars back, if
Everything.
your child doesn't make it into an Ivy League college.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Yeah, plus a little. You can use my golf card too.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it
You heard it
here.
first.
But to help us get that goal, they need to call in and make an investment.
Please do call in.
So you're going to handle one end of it.
Yep. And you
They'll
handle
handle
the
the
other.
financial end of it.
Great.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks
you
very much.
See you later.
All right. Yeah, we will see you later on. Okay, let's go back up to the phone bank and Alan McDonald.
Thank you, Alan, very much, and thank you, John, Woody, Guthrie, Richie. Quite a rendition, and I know we all enjoyed it, and the young people as well. I'm back here in the phone bank, and we're going to talk a little bit to some of the callers. Dawn Piccolo is on the phone right here, and she's making some money for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. We can't interrupt her in the middle of the call, and Nanette Shanahan is doing the same thing. We're a busy crowd. Marion Crandall is also on the telephone. Oh, she's just coming off. Let me just ask her for a second. Marion, how are we doing?
We're doing wonderful. Great support from the community.
Well, you're awfully good to be down here. We've got Winchester's leading realtors here on the telephone, which is not an unusual thing, I don't think, but it is in the sense of raising money for the young people of Winchester, and it's nice to see them down here year after year. Marion, it's great having you here.
Thank you.
Super. I'm going to come over here with Helen Babcock next, and I'm going to ask Helen to stand up a little bit because Helen's been very active with the program. Little big steps for little people.
Steps for little people. Yes, it's the walkathon that the Winchester Hospital is sponsoring, and it's May 23rd, and it's going to be at noontime, and it's a real community effort. A lot of people involved in this. Marsha Lamson and Judy Muger are the co-chairs, and they have Mike Lynch and Mary Ellen Lynch are the honorary chairs with Dr. Fuji, who is the director of the special care nursery at the hospital. So all of the money's raised. We have over 500 walkers signed up already. If anyone wants to sign up for this event, they could call 756-2156 and register to walk that day. It's really going to be a lot of fun and just great community effort, such as the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. So they sort of go hand in hand.
That's great. Now, is there a special route that most of the walkers will be taking?
There is a special route. It will be leaving from the high school, and it's a 6-mile walk. There's an abbreviated walk for those of us who do not want to walk 6 miles. We can walk 3 miles, and it will leave the high school and go around Horn Pond. It has the support of the Winchester Rotary Club has given the seed money to get this off the ground, and we really appreciate that, along with the 99 Restaurant have been great early sponsors. The Winchester Merchants are going to be giving out packets for those of us who cross the finish line with coupons for the downtown businesses, and I think it's going to be a really, really festive day. It's going to be fun.
Boy, that is great. So May 23rd.
Got you signed up.
For the 3-mile part.
Terrific. I thank you.
Okay. Ellen, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I'm just glad to say we had a telephone call, and in response to John Ritchie's song, they have pledged $100.
Wow, that's pretty good. We're going to get that message to John, and that's quite a thing. We're going by Joan Moriarty here on the telephone as well, and Nancy Hagee and Phyllis Beadle. We really have a pretty strong crew. We talked with Felicia and Jane before. You see, we've got quite a few volunteers down here. We're going to talk to some others on the other side of the phone bank the next time through. And a number of people tomorrow are going to be making calls. So if you don't get a call tonight, and if you haven't reached us down here, please expect a call perhaps tomorrow from our gang, and I'll tell you a little later about that and some of the callers who will be working. In the meantime, we're going to send it back to Alan Iden, and we'll see what's next on the program. Alan? Oh, excuse me. We're going to have a tape. That's right. I forgot about that, and I'm going to introduce the tape. And the tape is of the 1992 Winchester High School graduation, if I remember correctly. And we're going to have a lead-in for that, and you'll see some of the young people there for a few minutes, and then we'll come back live. So let's go to the tape right now.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to show you another group of students, some high school students at Winchester High School, who are taking a class called the Video Technology class. Their teacher's name is John Fusco, and this is a relatively new course where they're writing, producing, editing, performing, all the aspects of television production. And what we have tonight is a segment of a high school news broadcast. Now, the high school news has different parts to it, and the part I believe that we're going to show you tonight is really a sports segment that they filmed, they edited, they put together, and it's part of the news. And you know, when I was first told about this, I thought, this is a great idea. Is it on Channel 19? And I guess it isn't, but maybe if enough of you like it, we can lobby and get it on regularly. Wouldn't that be great? The high school kids weekly having high school news on Channel 19. Anyway, it's just an idea. Okay, are you ready to go to the tape? Okay, we're going to see some high school kids in the video technology class. And thanks to their teacher, John Fuss.
Here's Chris Rucker, our sports anchor, with an update on some of our top high school sports.
Thank you, Tara. The Sachem football team had a successful season, putting up a winning record of 7-3. Nick Gatto, a football team member, took some time off to give us this report.
The Sachems got off to a slow 2-3 start with tough losses to Reading, Stoneham, and Lexington. But with help of great senior leadership, the Sachems won their last 5 straight to go on to be 7-3. Here are some highlights of their season.
You're simply the best.
Although the Sachems lost key players such as Mike Skapansky and Brian Lemark, they still were able to come up with 5 big wins to lift them to second in the Middlesex League. Sachems went on to beat Woburn on Thanksgiving Day 19-0 and to finish their season 7-3. This is Nick Gatto for Winchester High School News.
Now, if you were one of the people who was lucky enough to be on the phone lines, 729-7500. Just now, you would have heard the inimitable sound of the high school jazz band tuning up. Priscilla Miller's here with me. And Priscilla, thanks for coming down. Thanks for bringing down the band.
Thank you for having us.
Your band of renown. What's your first number tonight?
We're going to do count-based tunes called In the Mood.
All right. I'll leave it to you.
Okay.
High School Jazz Band. Stella, thank you. I guess we get to see you and your talented crew again in just a few minutes.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now let's go over to the other side of the hall. Marty Fuller. Marty?
Thank you, Alan. And we're over on this side of the room, and we're going to talk about some activities at McCall Middle School. And I have here with me Vandy French, who's the principal. Welcome.
Thank you, Marty.
And next to him is Randy Martin, who is a social studies teacher. And next to Randy Martin is Moss Wayno. I'm very sorry, Moss. I had that all rehearsed and then I blew it. I'm very sorry. The three of them are going to tell you a little bit about the United Nations Day at McCall. And this is an all-school event, an all-day school event. And I think it was made possible by a grant from the Foundation for Educational Excellence. So what I'd like to do is have them tell you, they're the experts here. And so take it away.
I might just start, Marty, by saying that every 2 or 3 years at McCall Middle School, we've tried to do a major event to celebrate Winchester Public School System's multicultural philosophy. This particular event, the Model United Nations, was an effort to do that. In years past, we've done a heritage fair, and this year we thought it would be really interesting to try a Model United Nations that would involve the whole school. Now, the brainchild of the Model United Nations is Randy Martin, who is one of our 8th grade social studies teachers, and I think it would be appropriate if Randy were to tell you where that brainchild came from.
Thanks. Mr. French did not tell you that he was the Secretary General for this particular event and was superb. In fact, you're going to be seeing a brief clip of the event, and you'll see Mr. French. I have been teaching in Winchester for about 24 years and have done a number of different model Congresses and Model United Nations. And I've always felt that it would work very well at the middle school. So I did apply for a grant and was very, very grateful to the Foundation for Educational Excellence for giving us this grant. And then I went to the faculty. They said they would love to do it. And the students were superb in terms of their participation. We've been working on this since October. And one of the students here who did a wonderful job as one of the directors of the Model United Nations, Moss Wayno, is going to tell you a little bit about the Model United Nations from a student perspective. Moss?
Okay, thank you. The Model United Nations, we had delegations consisting of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students, and they were integrated so that this was a whole school project that we did. And the Secretariat's director, we set up for the UN Day, and we ran the program, and so in the General Assemblies we discussed nuclear nonproliferation, we discussed AIDS as a global issue, we discussed Nagorno-Karabakh. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And what we're going to do now is we're going to show you this tape that was from that day. Did you tape the whole thing, the whole day?
Just pieces of the whole day. And in fact, Marty, the actual Model United Nations took place over a day and a half at McCall Middle School. We began preparations way back in October, culminating in a day and a half of actually doing the Model United Nations.
Well, we don't have a day and a half long tape. I know that. And I know it's been edited. And what we're going to have, I think you're going to be starting it as the Secretary General, and then they have some activities that are going on. So we'll go to that tape right now.
My challenge to you is to really get involved in trying to come to resolution on these crucial issues. Most of the most important issues that face our world today are before us in this next day and a half. So you've done a great job to this point, people. As I say, my challenge to each individual delegate, to each delegation, to each general assemblage is to continue that hard work and to aggressively and actively get involved in trying to work out these issues. It has been said that we live today in a global village. And in many ways, if you really think about it, it's true. With rapid transportation, with instantaneous communication, with weaponry that can be launched from one corner of the world to another. We do live in a global village where an issue, a conflict in one part of the world, most definitely, as you certainly should be aware by now, can have an impact on us right here in Winchester, Massachusetts. So we ought to be concerned because the world is smaller. But we ought to be concerned because we are all part of the human family. Whether we live in Winchester or in Nagorno-Karabakh, wherever we live in this world, we are all brothers and sisters. We are part of the human family, and we really ought to care. We really ought to care about one another in these issues.
The purpose for today is to resolve resolutions and discuss global topics that involve and affect the entire world.
At this time, could the delegates from the countries Albania through Australia please take the floor for their opening statements? One delegate for each group. Could a delegate from Australia please take the floor and present their opening statement?
I am from the country of Australia. The issues that we are mostly worried about are the issues such as AIDS, the West Bank and Gaza Strip, and the nuclear non-proliferation. Australia's population is aware of the AIDS issue, and the country is fighting AIDS by educating themselves about this issue. On the issue of the West Bank and Gaza Strip, Australia recognizes Palestine's self-determination, but does not recognize the PLO as a government or state. Australia feels... Oh, that's it.
Thank you.
Once again, we're back live here in the Winchester Town Hall at the 7th Annual Winchester Scholarship Foundation Telethon. And joining me now is former president of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, Dave Mortensen. Dave, welcome.
Thank you, Alan. It's nice to be here. It's always fun to come down here for the telethon and see all of our volunteers who help out the phone throughout the town.
You are going to give us a little briefing, a little analysis of the history of the Scholarship Foundation for those out in the audience who don't know about the foundation.
Yes, thank you. For those of you who may not know about the history of the foundation, it's actually fast approaching 50 years since it was originally founded. Almost 50 years ago, there was a group of mothers in one of the local elementary schools who tried to raise some money through bake sales and teas and things of that sort. And when they get done at the end of the year, they didn't know what to do with the money, so they decided to put it into a central fund. From that very modest beginning, there has grown a fund which over the ensuing 40-plus years has given away almost $1.5 million in scholarship aid to young people in Winchester and from Winchester. Last year alone, there were 67 scholarships given to graduates of the Winchester schools to enable them to go on and assist them in paying for their college and university training. For the years that the Scholarship Foundation has been doing this, Alan, they've been very careful to say that they would make this money available on the basis of need to all kinds of schools, not just four-year colleges, but two-year colleges, nursing schools, veterinary schools, vocational training of all types. And the three criteria which applicants must meet in order to qualify are to demonstrate that they have been accepted by such a school, to show that they have the type of attitude which indicates that they will benefit from it, that is through being industrious, having helped to raise some money on their own behalf, and finally to demonstrate that they have need. And with those three criteria, the Scholarship Foundation has a scholarship committee consisting of 4 adults in the community who are volunteers and who meet with a professional advisor. In this case, it's Tony DiBiase from the guidance department at the high school. They meet privately and quietly and review the financial applications of all of the applicants who apply and then make the decision. And at the end of 2 years, they destroy those files and so that the confidentiality is maintained. The Scholarship Foundation raises its money almost entirely through this event annually, and it's raised from within the town by citizens and by service groups within the town primarily.
And it's such an important point. You know, maybe we should emphasize that this is the premier event of the season for the Scholarship Foundation. It's taken an awful lot of work, an awful lot of time by a lot of people to put this together. Our goal tonight, I believe, is $30,000.
That's right. Since the telethon began about 5 years ago, the citizens of the town have responded very generously at this time of the year when the appeal is made. I would add one other thing. Each year, the outgoing chairman of that scholarship committee makes a report, and one consistent theme has been pointed out by the retiring chair year after year, and that is that the need is very substantial. And what the Scholarship Foundation attempts to do is to help those students fill the need after they've exhausted all of their other available sources of loans and scholarships and work. The students are asked to contribute from their own summer work, and the family's need is assessed on against a national average of what could be expected. And then the foundation steps in trying to fill the remaining gap.
And certainly, I would think with the spiraling cost of college educations that the need is probably growing.
The need gets greater each year. And in fact, it does make a critical difference to some young people year after year. We find people coming back to make contributions now to the Scholarship Foundation, remembering that they were helped
recipients
at the same time.
Yeah, and we saw that a little earlier. I think we saw some of the quotes from some of the past recipients who felt they were very fortunate, and we're very grateful to the foundation for the help that perhaps they wouldn't have been able to go on and complete their education.
One thing that the Scholarship Foundation has tried to do is to bring a sense of continuity and uniformity to the process of awarding scholarships based upon need. And they try to do this so that we don't have a number of competing organizations, each repeating and duplicating its own efforts. And the Scholarship Foundation tries to bring fairness to it and to take over the responsibility for making those selection processes so it can be done as privately as possible, consistent with these rules. And it has worked quite well, but the important thing to remember is that the theme of the entire project, including tonight's theme, is to help the kids get the kind of education they should have. It's always thought to be a bit sad if Winchester spends so much effort and time trying to provide the best public school education they can to the kids, only to have them graduate and find that they cannot continue. And so one of the goals of the Scholarship Foundation is to encourage and assist them to continue, and that's why in tonight's skits and other things that you will see that the consistent theme is to concentrate upon the kids, doing things for the kids, helping the kids to do them themselves.
And certainly that is an investment, and we need to stress the fact that it's an investment in our kids and an investment in the community and our country in a broader sense.
I think that's right. The other component of the fundraising each year is the money which is contributed by the service groups in the town, and they have been very generous, and you see the same kind of support evidenced by all the people who are down here tonight volunteering. I remember when the telethon was first discussed, we didn't know who we would get to work on it. It's never been a problem. People come down willingly and gladly in order to help the kids, and that's really what it's about. So for those people watching at home, if they haven't given yet this year or haven't made a pledge, you may or may not get called tonight, or you may or may not get called tomorrow night or the next night, but you certainly will be receiving something in the mail, and we encourage you to do everything you can to sign a pledge card and do something. It does make a difference. In this case, for a program unique to Winchester for Winchester students. The students who qualify are students who have graduated from the high school or the vocational ed school, and not from private schools, but from those public schools. So that's the audience we're trying to meet.
Dave, you made a point a couple of minutes ago that I think is very important, and that's the Scholarship Foundation kind of consolidates and administers several different funds, I guess, from within the town.
That's right. It has, over the years, been prudently managed by 3 trustees who have served for a long time, and they have built up an endowment, which the income from which also goes to help make the annual gifts. But primarily and substantially, the money which is given away in any given year is what is raised at this time of year from this fundraiser. The consolidation also has the effect of enabling people to give money in memory of a someone who's passed away or in honor of a favorite teacher or things of that sort. And it is possible to make substantial gifts, as people have done, to the Scholarship Foundation, and to name the gift in the honor of someone. I can recall some people living in town who have been honored by their friends, certain teachers who have been, and certain leaders of the community who've passed away. In fact, one of the things we would like to do tonight is to talk with one of the founders of the Henry Quill Scholarship.
I believe we do have a guest here to discuss just this point. Let me get you over here.
Thank you. Hello. Bill Cassie is well known to many people in town as a realtor and as an active, public-spirited citizen. Bill, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, David. It's a pleasure to be here. I was manning the phones here a few minutes ago, and we had to fight the band playing in the background while we're manning the phone. So it was good to get away from the noise of the band here and come over and talk with you.
What kind of response are you getting when you phone?
Well, people recognize the Winchester Scholarship Foundation as soon as we mention it, and I don't even have to go through the explanation as to why the call, etc., and people respond right away. So it's been great. It's been really very good.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, Bill, you've been active in the last year or so, have you not, in forming a new scholarship fund in memory of Henry Quill, who passed away?
That's correct. When Henry died rather unexpectedly at age 54, several of us talked a little bit about trying to somehow establish a living memory in Henry's honor, and we talked a little bit about some sort of a sports involvement or whatever, and it occurred that rather than to try to reinvent the wheel, that we would just see if we could do something in the form of a scholarship and turn the funds over to the Scholarship Foundation to administer it so that it would be sustained in perpetuity. And that likewise was a worthwhile effort and activity, and we received a lot of a positive response from the citizenry, and particularly from the legal community and people who worked with Henry and who he had represented over the years.
So far, how much were you able to raise?
Well, we raised about $14,000 in a period of about 2 months. And that fund has been turned over to the Winchester Scholarship Foundation at this point. The fund remains open, and anyone interested in making a contribution directly to the Henry Quill Fund can do that by merely making a notation on the check and sending it to the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. And the funds will be earmarked for the Henry Quill Memorial Scholarship Fund.
And if anyone wanted to send it in, the address is Post Office Box 174 here in Winchester, isn't that right?
That's correct.
Well, we applaud you for your efforts on behalf of Henry's memory. And can you tell us approximately how many people contributed?
Yeah, I think there were about 120 people altogether. There were some very, very sizable, generous donations which we received, and then many $5 and $10 donations. And it's interesting to watch them add up, and they do in fact add up, and it makes a difference.
Well, it's a tribute to Henry's memory and his very active family, who are well known in this community. We're very grateful to you for having made this possible.
Well, thank you, David. Pleasure to be here tonight.
Thank you very much, Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just watching, we're on the telethon, and you are invited to call in. You don't have to wait for them to call you. If you were just to pick up the phone and call 729-7500 tonight, you'll get someone who will be glad to receive your call.
I was just thinking what a great way to honor somebody, and especially Henry Quill's memory, to donate to the Scholarship Foundation in Henry's memory.
Well, Henry was very active in the community and well known for his love of sports, among other things.
Right.
And he touched many people's lives in different ways. I know that his children and my children studied music together, for example, and he was very active right up to the end.
There are very few people in town that didn't know and I think admire Henry. So.
That's right. And it's a good example, Alan, of the kind of opportunity the Scholarship Foundation offers for people who are inclined to make such a gift or to add their contribution to a fund of that sort. The Scholarship Foundation, of course, gets much of its money in small donations.
Right.
Every little bit helps, and even some of the students have been known to give at the time of the scholarship telethon, so we encourage that.
All right. We also want to remind you that the telethon will go on at the next 2 nights. Will only be televised here tonight, but it is going to go on for Wednesday and Thursday nights. The volunteers will be up here calling out, so if they call you, again, please be generous. We're looking for a goal of $30,000 tonight, and we hope to achieve that before we go off the air at 9 o'clock. But we want to keep the momentum rolling.
I should add one thing. This is the lowest maintenance charitable organization you can possibly give your money to, in that there is no fee put on by those who run it. Everyone associated with it is a volunteer. And
Except for you and your salary here.
Right, except for me, right.
Yeah,
I'm union.
You're getting twice what I'm making.
At least.
That's right. Yes, as all of us, down here. All right. Now I think, David, I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Right.
Now we're going to take a trip back up to the phone banks, and Mr. McDonald, I believe, is up there, ready to speak with some of our cheerful volunteers.
That's right, Alan. Thank you very much. We're back up here in what is partly a Winchester High School alumni section. We talked earlier to Officer Kevin Mon, of course, and Police Chief Junie Peritano, and Lieutenant Jim Pierce has joined him. But we have in front of me here Wally Gagel, who's a familiar name and face to all of us who enjoy Winchester theater and seeing a man about town. Wally, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing very fine, thank you. Very fine.
How's the reception been?
I think I'm batting about 92%, I'd say. Yeah, excellent. And a lot of people out there, former students who I had years gone back, and parents have been very responsive, and I appreciate their efforts, and I appreciate everyone's effort here tonight.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Wally, so much. And Judy Ober is with me, who from Winchester High School once upon a time, after myself, I'll have to say. But Judy, how you doing?
Great. This is really lots of fun tonight, and lots of people are saying yes, it's wonderful.
Oh, that's great. It's nice of you to do this. I know this is a regular routine. This is not your first time on the telephones, but it's awful good of you to be here.
I'm very good on the phone.
Well, I've had the advantage of standing here for a few minutes and hearing, and these are great folks on the telephone, very much involved in Winchester and so many things, and to work so hard for the youth of Winchester, it's appreciated, and I know it's making quite a success. Judy, thanks a million. I'm going to move over here to Kay Fennell. I'm right nearby. Kay, how are you?
I'm pretty well, thanks. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. This is kind of a family event for the Fennell family, is it not?
Yes, it is. We've enjoyed working for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. This is my third year, and I'm working with a group here from Ian Blackham and Company, and we're doing very well. The response is excellent.
Well, that's great. You folks are great to be down. And speaking of Ann Blackham, she's right over on my left, and Bill Cassie is right to my left as well. Bill's been on the phone, but Bill, it's great having you here on the phone bank.
How are you tonight? Well, thanks for welcoming me. I just interviewed over there on the floor and came back here to make a call, and I'm back at it again.
I wanted them to see it's just not another pretty face. The guy's working hard. He does the interviews, but that doesn't stop him from doing the work, too. See, it's a little different from myself. I just get to do the interviews. We've got Ann working hard on the telephone right here, and so many others. Mary McHugh in the back here, and Ann Norberg, and we really appreciate the effort so much. It's been a tremendous job, and of course a great response from you out there in response to the telephone calls, and we appreciate that so much. I'm coming around a little bit now to come down and show you a little bit of what we're doing here. It's more than just the phone banks, of course. We have people receiving the pledge cards, and we have Jerry and Nancy Clark over here working hard on putting all these cards in the mail to those of you who've been calling in and who've been so good in the past. And this is another part of the whole program, and we have, of course, all of the tremendous computerization now. We're onto the tabletop laptop computers, and high tech has made its way to the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, and we really appreciate that so much. We'll be back a little later to talk about some of the people who will be calling tomorrow, because for those people we are not able to get to tonight, we of course will have a number of volunteers tomorrow as well, and I'll give you a little idea of that before we close up tonight. But I want to take it back to John Ritchie, who's able to join us again for another rendition, a new number, and of course we had a great response to his first one, and so we're looking forward to hearing him again. So I want to take it back over to John Ritchie, the principal, of course, of Winchester High. Mr. Ritchie.
It's me again. Where's Alan to introduce me? He's gone home. Anyway, great to be back. We have another little musical contribution to make. The songs I write are not all about college and getting into college, but the two that I'm singing tonight are, which seems to be appropriate. Keep the calls coming in, and once again, let me give my thanks to everybody who's running this enterprise. It's a great thing you're doing for the children of Winchester, and we all really appreciate it. Now here's another ironic song. Don't take these too seriously, and I hope you find them amusing. This is a song about the, like to hear that phone ringing, a song about the college admissions process. I sent my application over Christmas vacation. I was Ivy League bound, I did brag. I didn't care what I learned for, it was status that I yearned for. I had 600 board scores and it was in the bag. I kissed up to my teachers, I brought 'em apples and peaches. The Ivies were my greatest dream. I kissed up to my teachers, do it again, and apples and peaches. But tragedy struck me on April 15. You picked a fine time to turn me down, Yale. I remember that morning when I got the mail. I'd worked off my rear, got wait-listed at UMass. I can't tell my friends this sad tale. You picked a fine time to turn me down, Yale. Well, I'll have to sequester my second semester. Report cards from Dartmouth and Penn. My grades was abysmal. My attendance was dismal. It's bound to get better, but I don't know when. Then I got a letter from Brown. I read it quite quickly and I put it down. Inspected, not selected, and just plain rejected. The word spreading all over town. You picked a fine time to turn me down, Brown. That's the second song. Thank you very much. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Keep the calls
great.
coming. You're doing a great job.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
We're so lucky to have such a very talented principal. You're asking me, okay, I'm not going to try this. I'm supposed to, but I'm not going to do it. Okay, so what we're going to do next is Bob Crockett is going to come in and give us an update on, oh, okay. Bob, I'm going to Bob. And Bob, you're going to give us an update on the figure so far?
Yes, we're up to about $15,000 pledged this evening. This is a combination of an outpouring of people actually calling in as well as the calls going out. I want to remind the viewers that we are going to be doing this again tomorrow night and Thursday night, 7 to 9 p.m. So hang on, we'll get to you tomorrow night if we don't get to you tonight.
Well, I also should tell you that we're not going to all be here tomorrow night or the next night, but the calls will go on and we'll welcome your pledges at any time. So we're a little below our goal.
That's true. And I'm hoping that we'll have a kind of a rush here later on this evening to be able to finish with a real flourish. You know, this is a very difficult time right now. There are so many competing funds for people's donations, gifts, and what have you. That the Winchester Scholarship Foundation is trying to really find our spot and be able to get our contributions. The need's greater than ever. If you would listen to some of the letters or read the letters that the kids send back from the colleges when they receive these scholarships, it's really heartwarming and it's really means a lot to them. I don't really believe some of them would ever make it to school if they didn't have the Winchester Scholarship Foundation to help them. So it's more important than ever.
Well, Bob, it's more important than ever, too, because the costs of college are even higher. Every year, we think this can't possibly go up, and it does. And these young people are faced with astronomical fees. And so you're right. It's very important.
Yes, well, I think that just by seeing the volunteers here tonight and also the number of people behind the scenes that really help put this on, it's just a real experience for me as president of the organization to see how far we've come. I can remember when we were trying to do this all by hand and trying to go to people's offices to make telephone calls, and oh my goodness, it was very, very difficult. We're much better organized. We hope for better results by being organized because, as I say, the investment is in our children. That's what's really turning us all on. We're all volunteers here this evening. There's no question about that.
And we have so many people here, and we thank all of you who've called in, and we encourage you to do that now. The number is 729-7500. Okay. Now what we're going to do, I think we're going back to the jazz band. These are the best and the brightest of our high school kids, and we heard from them earlier, and it was wonderful music, and I'm sure we're going to get a few more great songs. So Alan Iden is over there waiting to introduce the band again. Okay, Alan, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Marty. Okay, we're back with some more priceless entertainment with Priscilla Miller and the Winchester High School Band. guess, okay, are we back on here? Ladies and gentlemen, the Winchester High School Jazz Band, Priscilla Miller. How about a bow? Great job. And thank you, Priscilla.
Thank you for having us.
All right, always a pleasure. All right, let's go back up to the phone banks and Alan McDonald. Alan? I'm on. Okay, all right. We're going to stretch this.
Okay, would you like us to play another piece?
Would you? Okay,
Okay.
we do have time for another piece. All right,
Okay.
let's go.
Okay, here we go.
All right, once again, that was the Winchester High School Jazz Band. And if you had any doubts that we were here live tonight, that little glitch we just had a few minutes ago was called getting the other camera in place. So now we understand the other camera is in place. Now I can toss it without further ado to Mr. McDonald. Alan?
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alan, very much. And thank you, Priscilla Miller and the Winchester High Jazz Band First Class Entertainment for our first class sponsors of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. I'm standing here with the president of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, Mr. Bob Crockett. If you have just joined us and haven't seen Bob earlier in the evening. And Bob, what a great night we're having.
Oh, this is really terrific. You can hear the phones ringing in the background. This is the most phone calls we've had coming in since we've actually been doing this in our 7th year. I wanted to share with you just a couple of little thank you notes that we've received from some of the students over the years. The first one is I am writing to express my complete gratitude for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, from which I have been awarded a scholarship. It has been quite a struggle making it through UNH with such expensive costs. The money I received from the Patricia Eberly Green Fund will make graduation possible in May. I am currently working on a radio station in New Hampshire. I hope to pursue a career in radio beginning next summer. However, without a diploma and without thanks to help from such as yours, my back would really be against the wall. Thanks again for your complete generosity, and it won't soon be forgotten. A second one that I'd like to just share with you is I'm writing to write this note to you, express the gratitude I have for you and the scholarship committee. The scholarship awarded to me has made me feel proud and honored. This is to me a very important award, proving my capabilities and one that will help structure my future. I will make sure that the donors are aware of this. The award would be put into the best area possible in helping me financially and relieve some tension of what to do in planning my college costs. I believe words are not enough to express the happiness and true great feeling this has given to me. I shall never forget your kindness and support you have shown to me personally. Once again, thank you so much. I would like to say myself, I don't have to go much further than saying thanks to the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. I too received a scholarship in 1954. It was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me because it enabled me to go on to higher education and the college that I wanted to go to. I won't forget either. So I'll turn it back to you, Alan. Thank you.
Bob, that's just great. And we're going to have a wrap up in a few minutes with some numbers from Bob. I just want to say what a great job he's doing and the whole group. This is a tremendous opportunity for me, again, to work with some of the people at Channel 19. It's always great fun to do, and the tremendous production crew that takes care of all of these details. But coupled with the support staff from the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, just great. And I have to say, Elizabeth Julian, who's been the captain of the team here and putting it all together, and of course Sandy Rogers, who's done it for so many years. Elizabeth is going to have to worry that we're going to capture her into the Channel 19 team permanently if she's not careful, because she's doing such a great job putting it all together. I just wanted to mention, we'll go right back for the wrap-up, some of the people who will be calling tomorrow, because we've met some of the callers tonight and appreciate that. It helps so much. And tomorrow we're going to have more volunteers doing it. We had Brian LaPointe here earlier in the evening, and I wish I could have caught him. He and Federal Heating have been so helpful to the Scholarship Foundation in the past, and he was here earlier, right up until a few minutes ago. But also tomorrow calling, we have Arlene Houghton, Dot Butler, Mary Ellen Armstrong, Denise Dolly, Paula Gallagher, Linda Ray, Kathy Flaherty, I mentioned Mary Ellen, Kathleen Davis, Carol Cameron, Marilee Swanson, Kate Scanlon, Sue Brooks, Linda Flint, Lisa Engelbrecht, Gail Mills, Beth Alper, Marsha Lamson, Mara Boylan, Linda Casino, Cheryl Wilson, so many. And we appreciate the volunteer help that we just couldn't do it without all that help. And we couldn't do it without the people who were sending in their pledges and their checks as well. So thanks so much. We really, each year, it reminds us how much this means to the young people and what a great participation there is from the whole community. I'm going to go back to Marty now, and we're going to hear some wrap-up comments from Marty, and she's with Alan Iden, I believe. Marty Fuller?
Thank you, Alan McDonald. And I'm going to give it to Alan Iden for a second, and then we're going to come back to me, and I'm going to talk to Bob Crockett, I think, at the end, too, right? Okay, go ahead.
All right, well, what order are we going to do this in? You know, this is again.
Well, this is the fun part. We have
we're winging
nothing
it.
to be nervous about now. We are finished, and we're so grateful to everyone
Yeah.
at home who has made pledges. And we're also very grateful to so many people who have worked here. You've met most of the people up on the phone banks, and we really thank them for their work. But you haven't seen some people who have been absolutely vital to what we've done tonight. And these are the people who are over there behind all the paraphernalia.
Take a look at this.
I think she's going to put, I'm going to read
Come
their
on.
names because we'd like to thank them. These are the people who are doing the cameras, who are doing the sound and the tapes and everything. Don Cronin.
There we go. Don, wait a minute. Don, can you give us a wave?
There's
there
Don.
we go.
All right, thank
There's
you, Don. Jeff, I don't know whether we're going to get you, but Jeff,
get
get
over
in
there,
there.
Jeff.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff.
There we go.
That's Jeff Hosman. David Anderson is here somewhere. He's been working
hiding
hard.
behind that monitor. There we go.
Okay.
Under the hat.
Frank Wilder, Emily Chiaro is on a camera, Donna Farino, Marianne Von Felt, Patty McKinney is holding the camera that is taking the picture this very moment.
There we
Okay.
go. Fannie McKinney's fingers just
Okay, and of course we thank Channel 19 for all their assistance. We could not do this without them. And Don Cronin represents them, but they are tremendous.
Tremendous
There's no doubt
amount of
about
work and preparation going into this. And of course, as Alan said earlier, Liz Julian and the rest of the crew from the Scholarship Foundation put in a tremendous number of hours. We just
Elizabeth-
get to come down here and have fun for a couple
That's right.
of hours.
That's right. Elizabeth Julian and David Peretti were terrific. They put together a great program.